and welcome back to another On The Table video, guys. So, what have I been up to this time? Well, guys, I have been a busy bee, a very, very busy bee. Do you guys remember that massive AdMech Baneblade that I was working on in the no man's land, the meantime between doing the Warhound and finishing the Warhound and starting the Reaver? Well, I've decided that I'd go back and I'd give that one a go again. And I decided that I'd sit down on the weekend and I'd paint the whole fucking thing. Which looks awesome. Look how cool it looks, guys. I'm so happy with the way it turned out. I did this, started it. I'm really happy with the speed that it took me to do this. I started at 2 in the afternoon and finished at about 7 in the evening. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it took me about 5 or 6 hours, more or less, to from start to finish. That's from like grey primer to pretty much as you see it now. I've got a few little bits of things. I need to wait for some stuff to dry, like on the rust effects down here, and I need to work some more little like details on the tracks and things. But let's dive into the actual model itself. You guys haven't seen it fully assembled yet. You haven't seen it in all its fucking absolutely batshit insane glory. Very happy with the way it turned out. We've got a lovely mixture of parts on here. We've got resin parts, we've got non-GW parts, we've got like actual terrain kits that have been repurposed. So anyway, the general premise of this thing was that I wanted something that could feasibly take out bigger stuff for my AdMech. So I thought to myself, hang on, how about a super heavy detachment from the Imperial Guard? I know, how about a Shadow Sword? And I was like, the Shadow Sword doesn't really look too good along AdMech. I mean, it looks alright. You paint it red. I painted the colour of the AdMech are, but it's one of them. It's just I wanted something a little bit extra, and I think I achieved a little bit extra with this, especially once all the parts came into play and fit pretty much perfectly bang on how I wanted. I showed you, I went through all the parts and stuff in the previous videos, in a previous video, so I won't linger too much on them. However, when I was assembling it, there was a few different things I did different. First and foremost, I magnetised the side turrets so that they can turn round, they can spin. I made these things move, so these guys move up and down and move side to side. I had a slight issue with the plasma generator on the side, on the top here. Because when I fit it all together, something must have moved, or I wasn't looking at something right, and it actually was slightly at an angle, so I had to jam. It's very hard to see. Let's just zoom in a little bit, but you see under there, guys, I've had to kind of glue a plastic base underneath there, just to like rise it up a little bit. You can't really see it when you're looking at it on the tabletop, so I'm just going to leave it that way. I also wanted it to look a little bit more worky, a little bit more like, you know, there's something more to this rather than it just being a generator slapped on the back of a Baneblade. So I added this little array up here. So first I added this little control panel that I got. I think this is from the Wyvern kit. I think I picked up that part when I was at the Forge World Open Day and the scrap challenge, and then I was like, oh shit. Because what I really wanted, I wanted to have like servitors, and I wanted to actually have some Skitarii actually on this, but the actual space constraints meant I wasn't able to. But I really wanted to use this control panel because I thought it was really cool. But then I was like, well, hang on, how the fuck is anyone supposed to get up there and like flip the switches and mess with the dials and twiddle knobs and flick beans and all that kind of stuff? So I thought I had this little ladder that came with the Baneblade, and it actually fit pretty much perfectly up there, like that. Like it's just a nice little, it's a little bit, you know, jammed in at the side there, but you know, Skitarii could climb up there, and or a Tech Priest could climb up there to get its readouts and stuff. Got a little bit more work to do on this computer panel here. Going to add some like white squiggles for like writing and stuff, but in total it turned out really nicely, and just this little part of it alone is just really interesting to look at. I decided rather than glue it all together and then paint it, I did it in a lot of sub-assembly, so I didn't overface myself. I kind of did like, I did the generator separately, I did the fuel generator bits on the side separately as well. I painted the actual turret part separate, I painted the hull separate, as well as the sponsons and the turrets as well, all separately, just so that I could spend a little bit of extra time on it, not get overfaced, and just make it look that little bit extra. Moving around onto the back, this is where you'll see where I've not actually fully finished it. I've got some stuff to do here. Might add another colour to this, maybe a brass or a bronze, because it just looks a bit unfinished, just being silver at the back. Going to add some more little bits and bobs on all the little worky bits here. Going to do this purity seal and this little shrine bit back there, and these little nuts, I might colour those in, and add something here to these like lights, and see where those go from there. In regards to other things that I was really happy with, I was really happy with the way these skulls turned out here. These are casts that I made from a terrain piece last year, and I finally decided to use them, so I poured some resin, as you saw in the last one, and they turned out really well. The details super crisp on them, and they painted up really, really nicely. Moving around onto the other side of it, again, it's just more interesting bits to look at. I was kind of worried that it would look a little bit too metallic, but I decided to cap it off with some red, with these red ends here, and then just add the little bits of detail, little brass, little bronze, little bits of detailing on there, little red handles and stuff, and the wires as well, and it all just pulled it all together and really just made it part of the entire miniature here. Next couple of things that I decided to do, obviously, was the turrets. Obviously, these turrets all move. Now, you might be wondering, this is a bit of a weird turret. The Baneblade doesn't have a turret up here, and that's because I wanted it to kind of be like this mobile fortress almost. So this is a phosphor blaster, which I think I'm going to just proxy as a stubber or a heavy bolter, second heavy bolter maybe. But it's just that's magnetised on there, as you can see. That fits on there. It swivels all the way around. You get like pretty much a full 360 with it, which means it's tactical as well. Other little bits and bobs that I added. I added these Mechanicum symbols. So these are from the Reaver project, left over from my personal Reaver. I felt that, because this is where there's normally be Aquillas here, and I thought that it's an AdMech thing. I want there to be more AdMech iconography on it rather than Imperial iconography. So they fit perfectly on there once I'd shaved it off. I was very happy that they were quite large as well, because when I shaved it off, I didn't leave it the neatest job. As you guys saw the last time this was on camera, and it kind of just looked a little bit naff. So I decided to do that, and it turned out great. It looks really, really good. You can definitely tell this is an Adeptus Mechanicus vehicle, an Adeptus Mechanicus Baneblade variant. Other little things that I was really happy with, very, very happy with the Blood and Skulls Industry generators on the back here. These turned out awesome. They look really cool. There's something different. There's something unique. You're not going to see them very often. I was very, very happy with the way that turned out. In regards to how this is at the moment, it's not quite finished. Got a few more little bits and bobs to add. First and foremost, I'm going to add a green glow to this barrel here to reciprocate the green glow from the plasma. Do that. Got some more little touch-ups to do, got some effects to add. I think, because with the turrets, I've kind of gone for this like grey tip here. I think to reciprocate that colour somewhere else on the miniature, I'm going to add this like little fringe down here. I don't know what these are called. Do these have an actual purpose for tanks? Like these little frilly bits here made out of metal. If you know guys, leave a comment in the doobly-doo down below what these little bits are for. But I'm going to paint those in that black colour, just to again reciprocate the colour scheme again elsewhere on the miniature. With that being said, guys, I would absolutely value your feedback on this immensely. So if you could leave a comment in the doobly-doo down below, how do you think I've got on with this? What do you think of the whole project as a whole? How mad do you think it is? Doesn't it look just absolutely batshit crazy? It's going to look amazing alongside my other AdMech stuff. He says, anyway. But yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments in the doobly-doo down below, guys. I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts on it. But that being said, guys, thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, favourite, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Facebook group and the Instagram. All links in the doobly-doo down below, and I'll see you guys again on the next video. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. See you now, and goodbye.